Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. We are just going to dive straight in. I have the sound bowl here ready for you. So if you want to get in tune and aligned and open and receptive to the messages that the universe has for you today, then feel free to listen. Otherwise, you can skip ahead to your readings otherwise. But let's get ready and grounded. Let's go. All right, Scorpio. Alrighty. Very nice. All right, let's dive into your reading, guys. Let's see what's going on for you. Alrighty, for the sign of Scorpio, please spirit for the week ahead, 26th to the 1st of June. What messages do they need to hear? What messages do you want to pass on to them? Let's see. For the sign of Scorpio, truth be told, now you are not the first to get that. Libra literally just had something about having some sort of truth come to light here, and you guys are having the same. Now I kind of like this card. There's a few messages behind it. You have the mask here, so yeah, you are unmasking things, truths, I guess. Anything that has a false image, like people could be hiding behind certain personas when really there is something much deeper going on here. And it could be 50-50. It could be good, it could be bad. Someone could be acting like ignorant, but deep down they've got a lot of stuff going on, and maybe they're expressing that to you, what's really going on deep down. It could also be the opposite, someone who acts like they're a beautiful, amazing person, but deep down you're realizing that this person is not a very loving or good person to be around. Someone could just be expressing a truth to you. Now it could be the universe showing you something as well, to be honest with you, also, and it could be a truth about yourself. Or I always see this as my timeline jumping card. Now, what does that mean? There's a window of opportunity opening up for you that you're going to see the truth of, and it's going to give you the option of kind of fast tracking yourself to a different timeline. And what do I mean by timeline? It's like a different reality, right? One where you show up differently and where the world shows up differently to you also. It's like, yeah, so that's what's going on here. Now, let's dive a bit deeper to see how this is showing up for you. So there's an opportunity this week to change your life, basically, change yourself. So the energy is right. For any of you who have been wanting to do that already, the energy is right this week, okay? So it's up to you. It's your free will, whether you're able to let go fully and move into this complete new chapter or not. So, but let's see. What else is going on for Scorpio? What else do you want to say to the Scorpions out there? The thinking woman. Alrighty, so a lot of ideas going on, a lot of research and deep reflection. Now there's a moth here, which does represent kind of death and rebirth. So again, there are some changes going on here. Interesting. What else do we have? So the thinking woman, this could be you, or it could be someone else who is giving you ideas. Some of you are discovering a truth through this curiosity that's coming up during this time to dive deeper into knowledge or information. Okay, Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio? Snake, 5-5. Ooh, major changes. Time to heal. They're reminding me of a quote or I heard someone say something, and it's very powerful about the snakes. And it's like the snake is not shedding its skin. What is it? It's something, correct me if you know what I'm talking about and I butchered it, but something like it doesn't just shed its skin to become a new version of itself, but they can't grow in that old skin. So I feel like this is a change going on within you, all right, where it's like you're not only shedding a layer of yourself, that could be some truth you're exposing about yourself and removing that mask, that facade that you showed up in the world. You're changing who you are. You're healing something. Could just be shedding away old layers of yourself, for sure, because of the time to heal. But it does feel like you're understanding that in order to grow and evolve and to enter this new timeline, becoming this new person, entering a new reality, having a very different world around you, you're understanding that you have to shed something, you have to let something go so you can grow. Okay? Very, very much quite powerful. Okay. Interesting. Let's get you a Moonology card out. Any other messages that you have for Scorpio? What's going on? Oh, you got two. It's not happened for a while. So you have two first quarter moons, okay? One in Libra saying keep your heart open, so don't let life harden you up. And release your blocks in Scorpio, which is your energy as well. This is heart chakra, and I always forget what this one is. It's orange, so I'm assuming it is your sacral. But correct me if I'm wrong, which is all about your feelings and desires. So you guys could be having some current blockages. I mean, this could be a major transformation for you, by the way, Scorpio. If you guys are wanting new things in life and a new reality, you want to completely change your life and yourself, this is all hinting towards that. In order to do it though, which you probably know, you have to release some blockages here, which is that shedding, that skin, healing from whatever has created that blockage to begin with. So really deep stuff. Keep your heart open in your heart chakra. So healing your heart, most likely releasing anything that's made you feel like you've had to block it or cage it or punish your own heart or block it from anyone, getting to it. So these are definitely energies that you guys are dealing with here. Keep your heart open and release your blocks. Okay. Releasing any shame that you have around your dreams, desires, any guilt that you have around it, or whatever feelings that might be a blockage here. Okay, pretty powerful. Let's dive into your tarot. What is the overall energy of this week for Scorpio? What's going on? What is the energy of the week for Scorpio? Two of Wands, really looking into your horizons, thinking about where you want to go. This is all about getting clear on your next steps, expanding, growing, looking into your future. So that's pretty beautiful and amazing. And it does feel like that Three of Pentacles coming through on the bottom here. It does suggest as well that there is a plan or project that you're wanting or will happen during this time that you guys are going to build upon something. I feel like you're building an empire. You're about to start doing that. In terms of work though and career, it feels really good for whatever you guys are starting to build. You're thinking about it, reflecting. You might be even communicating with people about how to make this happen. It's still a plan though. It's still in the works. Three of Pentacles is all about building that foundation, planning. So interesting. I'm going to clarify. Let's see. So this could potentially be this timeline jump. I pretty much like that. All right, let's see. Two of Wands. Why is this coming up for Scorpios? Ooh. Libra just had that combination. Knight of Wands reverse is an interesting one because this is usually the right card that you want for this Two of Wands, right? Expansion and chasing after your dreams and goals and maybe taking a trip here. It's ambition, it's positivity, optimism. But it feels like that is something in reverse here. That's a blockage. You're not feeling very optimistic. The Knight of Swords suggests that, number one, I'd say don't rush anything at this time for sure, but it can represent that communication. For it to jump on top of the thinking woman, it does feel like you're definitely mentally thinking of a lot of different ideas. I'd just say don't rush it. Knight of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands in reverse? Three of Wands, Ace of Wands. That's that fiery energy. And the Magician being there seems important because the Three of Wands is like waiting, which I kind of get from that Two of Wands too. As I said, it's not solidified yet. You're waiting for that spark. You're waiting for the green light. Ace of Wands, you're waiting for the right idea or the right project. I don't know. I feel like you already have that in your hands, but you're waiting for something. The spark, inspo. So that might be the reason why that's blocked. You're not feeling very inspired right now. You're waiting for that moment to strike. The Magician comes through as you already have all the elements that you need in order to move forward this week. And it doesn't feel like it to you because you're showing up as a Three of Wands. You're waiting for it to come to you. But I feel like what you're waiting for is already within you. You need to start making it happen. So if you're waiting for motivation to strike, I feel like that is not the way that they want you to deal with it. Because you can create that motivation within you, right? You already have that tool to do that. So whether it's listening to music that makes you feel, beautiful, amazing, or inspired in some way, then do that. Or any tools that you have around you could be important. Speaking to people. I don't know what it is, but the Magician says you have this already, but you're waiting for it. So that's causing you to not move forward in an ambitious, inspired way, which is probably what you want with the Two of Wands. So why is it the Knight of Swords here? Why is this here? Yeah, so this would be, so the Hanged Man is awakening, is about truths and stuff like that, which is great. But we have a very fast pace, but a stuck energy. So thinking wise, I think that's fine. But again, it's not movement. Interesting. Why is the Hanged Man here to clarify the Knight of Swords? Strength tried to come through. Hanged Man with the Knight of Swords. Death and Temperance. Whoa. Major Arcana cards. This is a card of needing balance and moderation and patience. Ooh. The Death card is death and rebirth. Like we've been saying here, major transformation here. So I feel like, as a Temperance usually is pouring 2 cups together, I wonder if there is something that you're able to blend these 2 together to build information and inspiration together. And then this powerful combination creates that spark. And then it's showing me the kind of big bang. You need 2 elements to create something important. Like after that, after the perfect balance, I don't know if they're calling for a balance in your life or whether this is representing 2 things merging together to create this massive big bang, Spark. I'm going to see what other 2 elements showing up here. And I wonder if the moon can represent your shadow. It could be releasing those blockages, finding balance with understanding that. That could be why the Hangman is here. Maybe you're in this period of reflection right now. You're not yet in that future that you see yourself in because of these blockages, or that moon versus that sun. Sun being your success and probably where you want your future to go, the happiness, joy, being in the spotlight for some. And the moon is kind of that shadow, the blockages that are there, the feelings and emotions behind it. Understanding these 2 and how, like, creating something out of it. Anyway, can I understand a bit more that Temperance card, please? Yeah. The Page of Cups is like, it's about your feelings and emotions. So again, diving into those is really going to help you actually have some sort of change. Like I was saying, I think there's something that you're discovering about yourself that's really going to help you out. And it's probably that you're realizing that you've had this blockage all this time. You didn't realize. And that's been a thing that's been missing from the equation of your success or getting something rolling, or that spark that you've been waiting for. So something's already within you. Like we already said, there's something in you already that's going to help you with what you're looking for. Okay, sorry, you're just like, it's like translating. I'm trying to really understand it. Page of Cups is also this kind of burst. I always say it's like a burst of feelings and emotions. So it's very similar to that Big Bang thing, that very explosive energy. Something's going to get you going. Page of Cups in this case feels very heartfelt. And that, I don't know if you saw it on the bottom of the deck, but the Ace of Cups was showing up quite a bit there. So, okay. Which one do I want to put here? I like that Death card being there because we've been seeing that a lot, and it's your card, Scorpio. So okay, let's see, how are you guys showing up though this week, because that might be a bit different. What is Scorpio? How is Scorpio showing up? Can I have a card to represent how Scorpio is showing up during this week? Temperance. Well, there we go. So now we have Death and Temperance again. 2 of Cups is interesting because, again, collaboration can be important on these 2 sides of yourself. If we're going to go on a very soul level, meeting each other, conversing with each other is so important. Some of you, if you are in relationships, there's something about relationships here. There is reconciliation or finding peace and harmony within your partnerships in general, friendships, whatever, collaborations, whatever. Temperance is important. It does feel like the angels are also bringing someone new into your life. Could be a friend, could be, again, a business partner, whoever it is. You're meeting them for a purpose and for a reason. So let's dive a bit deeper though. Interesting. So as you can see, her feet are important here. One is grounded, the other one's dipping her toes into the water, which again represents feelings and emotions. So as we said with this release your blocks, it's an emotional energy to do with your feelings. This makes some sense here. Okay, anyways, Temperance, a lot to do with balance for sure. Why is Temperance in the energy of Scorpio? Why are they showing up as Temperance? Knight of Pentacles, you guys are making a lot of progress. Slow and steady wins the race. So that is kind of highlighting the patience side of that card. Let's reveal 4 of Pentacles. So that's interesting. I want to see how that comes out for you. Okay, 9 of Swords and a 6 of Pentacles. I want you to be patient, which is fine with this whole process of coming up with the right idea or making progress. It makes sense here. Don't overthink certain things. 4 of Pentacles, adjusting this limited mindset that you have, potentially for some of you around how much money you can make. Some of you are struggling a bit with that, which maybe you feel guilty. Sometimes we get wired to believe that money is evil, so if you have a lot of money, then you're evil too, or you're greedy. And a lot of people feel like that, which is just very interesting because money is a tool. That's it. People who are greedy are just greedy people with or without money, So The money is not what's evil. It's just tool. The people themselves and their perspective of it is what makes it slightly more negative, right? So that sometimes comes through. So the Six of Pentacles, I want to say with this, you must give a little to get a little. And I wonder if that's in terms of the universe or in conversing with people or in relationships with people. Four of Pentacles tells me you're holding back too much. As you can see here, Spirit's asking for an equal exchange. Some of you are a bit worried about putting a lot of time, energy, or investment into something. And that's why Temperance is saying you just need a little. All right. But whatever you're putting into something comes back. So if it helps you, I don't know what they're talking about here, if it's your time, energy, resources, if it helps you to start out more comfortably and confidently by giving a little bit in terms of love, for example, talking with someone a little bit and seeing where that goes, what you get back, and then, okay, I like this, let's go a little bit more, and okay, it's coming back, whatever it is, allow yourself to go with that balance. Six Pentacles, what are you doing on a daily basis? How is that making you feel? All right, how can we change that to give to things that are more rewarding? There is something here about charity as well. Four Pentacles could be a good time if you're having a block with finances, maybe helping others in some way with whatever you can, like charity and stuff like that is going to help it come back to you. It's the law of the universe, right? You have to have a good flow. You have to be allowing things to go out in order for them to also come back in. Okay, a lot of different like universal laws going on here. So let's move away from that. Okay, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. There's a little bit of a block here in terms of that Four of Pentacles. It's good in terms of saving up, by the way. Savings, important for you. Make sure that you are not overly spending or going above your means. Nine of Swords, dealing with your fears. Tackling your fears one little bit at a time. Don't have to throw yourself in the deep end, by the way. Like I said, give a little and then take a little and go, okay, I like how that makes me feel. So let me do a little bit more of whatever that is in terms of work, in terms of progress, in terms of self-development, in terms of coming outside your comfort zone, whatever it is, a project, a plan, whatever it is, just do a little bit, okay? Whatever you're wanting, give a little bit of it. Experiment a little bit, dip your toes in it a little bit and see what happens. Okay, let's see what your challenge is then. Let's see, what is a challenge? Seeing hypnotherapy or Reiki could be beneficial for you if it's like an inner block that maybe you feel like you need to speak to someone about. What's the challenge coming up for Scorpio during this week? The King of Cups, your feelings and emotions. Could be a person, right? King of Swords could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be a Scorpio, but that's you. It could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. This is more to do with you, to be honest, but I will clarify it. If you're in a relationship or in something kind, caring, loving, then this also could be that person. But let's see. King of Cups, mastery over your feelings and emotions, including fears. Fear is a feeling, right? Understanding when, it's the right time for them to rule. Always understanding, though, that you have more power than it, right? Being the observer. Interesting combo. Jesus. I'll show you what that is. Three of Swords. Some of you felt like you wasted your time. Okay. Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain. You're still dealing with that. You're still healing from that. Seven of Pentacles. You're still healing from that. Something that's taken its time. There's some deep wounds, Scorpio, you've been through in your life. Maybe multiple things that have really got to you on a core level. Okay. So that's kind of conditioning that can go back to childhood or just a long cycle that you've had with the person. Whatever it is. Seven of Swords, betrayal. The Hermit is interesting because I feel like something played with your mind. I'm getting very narcissistic. Oh, there's something hiding here too. The Walled. That's pretty nice. It's a new beginning. But the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, and the Five of Swords is giving that you kind of absorbed something. I feel like you felt like something was your fault or someone led you to believe something was your fault. The Hermit is very like, you're very reflective about yourself and you internalize things, or you go, what could I have done better? It's what I'm getting here. But the Seven of Swords felt like someone was manipulating that. Someone was being sneaky, was being jealous, or, a negative energy. They did not have good intentions towards you. The Hermit here, and I have another message coming through in a second as well. Hold on. The Hermit here is just suggesting you really reflected upon that. It felt like it was your fault because someone was pulling the strings. Five of Swords. I feel like after a situation unfolded, where you probably detached from them, had a conflict, spoke your mind, or whatever it was, this person seemed to be doing better than you. But that's just a facade, what you probably are going to establish during this week is this person is not living a good life. They act like they are because they have to keep up with an image of not being affected and not being, it's giving narcissistic. And maybe they do feel happy about themselves, you know, because of whatever storyline they've twisted, but on the outside. Five of Swords. I feel like this is what you took from a situation. And usually in the Five of Swords, they're carrying the Three Swords, which is heartache, pain, which is you. That's something you're still healing. I wonder if this is what you're in right now, and that's what you were in. Total manipulation and control. They're saying control, total control. Isolated you, maybe. Okay, well, Five of Swords. You had some regrets over this. Maybe that's something that you are looking back at. You're healing, don't worry. The King of Cups being here again that's your challenge, is gaining a lot more control over these feelings and understanding you're more powerful than them. Once you become the observer of your thoughts and feelings, you understand that you are separate from them. Even though you feel them, when you start to separate yourself from them and observe them, you're able to understand them much better and being able to control them yourselves, right? If anger comes in, I understand I'm angry, or I have anger. Okay, interesting. Not taking it personal. That's a very, some of you that's extremely advanced, right? Of no longer identifying yourself as the feeling. I am not anger. I have anger. Interesting. All right, let's start to move away. But one final message I have around this is a lot of you outside of that situation, if you were not dealing with a narcissist, I do feel like you're understanding and reflecting on your own self-sabotaging behavior. And maybe there is a little bit of shame around that. Remember, with the release your blocks, it was around your feelings and shame or guilt. But Five of Swords, if you've reflected on it and you feel like you've changed, there's no point being too caught up on the past and who we used to be, right? Otherwise we never move forward, right? Or be who we want to be because we're too chained up to guilt and stuff like that. So anyways, gain control over those feelings. It's okay, can't change the past, so let's just change where our future is going and heading. Oh my god, very intense week, but it's inner. It feels more of your inner world. Outside, I love this idea that you guys are going to go into. Like I said, there's a more beautiful, successful, abundant future ahead of you, but you're clearing the way for that. What's the advice that you have for Scorpio? Queen of Wands, gaining more confidence over yourself, taking action on those ideas, no longer reflecting, as I was just saying, on the bad feelings or what's no longer in your life, because that's just going to hold you back, keep you stuck. Okay, they're not as valuable as you think. You don't have to hold on to the pain in order to, remember it. Okay, so Five of Cups is remembering what else is around you. And it's the Two of Cups, like the Temperance. There is still something at hand here. And even if you do face disappointments during this week or during the rest of your life, just don't hold on too much to that. Remember to count your blessings that are still standing, or focus on the silver lining. Okay, but anyway, just not to dwell. It's okay to feel sad. I was saying that in my newsletter actually on Sunday, that emotions and feelings and sadness is not a bad thing, right? And crying is not a bad thing, okay? In fact, it's helping you to release something. So the more that you suppress it and not allow yourself to feel certain things, then it's going to be more difficult for you in the long run. However, don't dwell there, right? Don't stay there when you're ready to move forward. Queen of Wands, why is this the advice? Having more confidence in yourself. The fact that's come over with the moon on top of the other moons is important. There are some deeper feelings here about your confidence, about being unique and shining your light and being in a public eye, or, just being, you are a very attractive and alluring and magical energy, Scorpio. People will probably tell you that, especially if you're an ascendant, but no matter what, Scorpios are always very alluring. People are very interested in you because they can tell you have layers to you. But the Queen of Wands coming through speaks of the fact that you're a very beautiful, majestic energy, and maybe you are super positive, or you have a very interesting personality that makes people drawn towards you, which is great for career success, by the way. The moon here, though, there's some imposter syndrome that you have, or some guilt or shame about being this person, being in the spotlight, being seen as a struggle for you. So that's something they want you to work on and release those blockages by identifying them and going, okay, that's my challenge, is to take one little step, one little foot dip in the water of becoming that person and not feeling guilty about it. And eventually you build a habit of being yourself. What else do I see with this? It's interesting because she has a sunflower, which represents facing the sun, which is, again, looking at positivity and joy and success rather than being negative, which kind of aligns a bit with the Five of Cups. So why is the Five of Cups advice? Can I understand about it? I'm seeing anger being a specific blockage for you, feeling angry about what's happened. You can use that, be an alchemist. Use that anger to empower you, to no longer feel chained up to it, to use that to create your success. But I'm seeing that meme, where it's like the bold fist next to the side. I don't know if you guys will know that, but let's see. Why is the Five of Cups in the advice position? Queen of Cups, so dealing with your feelings and emotions for sure. Learning to trust your intuition more, because I feel like whatever you're feeling upset about, maybe you already had an intuitive feeling about it. King of Cups, this is a relationship for sure too, but it's definitely about your feelings and emotions. And the Ace of Cups, a lot of you guys, if you have someone in your life, okay, I do sense here that there is a lot of love here, but there's a lot of this moon energy, which can be secrets or hidden feelings. This is definitely coming to light here, but the Ace of Cups is a new emotional experience. So for some of you, there'll be a new relationship coming in. For others of you, if it's a healthy relationship with just its challenges, the two of you have a lot of love for each other, and there is a potential for a new beginning, one of unconditional love and just love, right? Not fear or hiding things and stuff like that, or hidden feelings and emotions. So that's all coming to light. Important conversations, remembering the love that's there, okay, and using that to bring a relationship forward, okay? There's a lot of inner stuff going on here between the two of you if you're in a relationship. So that being your advice, having open, honest conversations in a very mature way is important. But my angels, that is what I have for you. What an intense reading, an intense week, a lot of transformation going on for you. All right, but let me know how that resonates with you guys. I send you all my love for the week ahead. Enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time, okay?